So, what I want to do is I officially want to welcome you guys into today's class where we're going to be showing you guys how to build a better business with systems and processes. And this is so important. This is so important, you all. And you're like, Michael, why is it so important? So let me take you back. So I have been running myself. If you don't know who I am, or you're like, hey, who in the world is this dude? I've been running virtual events, digital marketing in my own agency for about 7 to 8 years now. 7 to 8 years. And I'm going to be honest, over the past 7 to 8 years, I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot. And one of the things I wish I would have learned sooner is how to build systems, automations, processes in my business. And the reason why I'm saying that, y'all, one second. Building, okay. Okay. Cool, we good now. We good now. We live. All right, so the reason why I'm saying I wish I would have got this mastered sooner is because I actually was back in 2017, 2018, I was a solopreneur. Do we have any solopreneurs in here? Just put a 1 in the chat. If you're a solopreneur, you've been working in your business by yourself and you just feel like, yo, you are wearing all the hats. You're wearing the accounting hat. You're wearing the marketing hat, the sales hat. Okay, awesome. That was me when I first started out. And I'm going to be honest, that's me sometimes a little bit today. But back 2017, 2018, I started my marketing agency. And listen, this is what I was doing for my clients. Catch this. I was building funnels. I was building emails. I was building text. I was customer support. I was everything. And then eventually I got to a point where one of my friends was like, yo, you're running my events and you need help. You can't do this alone. And I said, okay, what am I going to do? And so I went on this journey to hire my first employee, and I did. But what I noticed was whenever I hired my first employee, my business wasn't set up in a way where I could transfer the information I have up here, the passion I have in my heart. I didn't have it built in a way where I could pass it on to other people. And unfortunately, it was kind of a rocky start with my first hire. Now, Vanessa, who's been with me for 4 or 5 years now, I think 4 years, Vanessa has been amazing, and she's actually really helped us out a lot. And she actually stuck with me through the mess. But whenever I start building, I passed on all these tasks and these things for Vanessa, and we had to build it as we went on. We had to kind of go in and just guess at what we were doing, right? Because I didn't have anything documented. I didn't have any systems in place. I didn't have any processes in place. So I said, Vanessa, you're here. You're my first hire. We're just going to have to build this thing and figure it out. But if I would have had that done sooner, it would have allowed me to transition to my first hire faster, easier, better. And also now I want to, because I'm still to this day trying to clean up a mess from what I made for 1 or 2 years in my business. If I would have had the foundation built the right way from the start, I wouldn't even be doing a lot of the things I am today to try to clean up the mess. Does you guys make sense? Just put a yes in the chat if that makes sense. If you're feeling me and you're getting me, how important it is to build the foundation, because I promise you, if you do not build the right foundation, the house will crumble over time. So today, what we want to do is we want to talk about some things that you can do. And now some of these things may be very basic for some of you all. Some of these things may be, maybe more advanced for some of you guys. We'll see. So I'm going to kind of walk you through, if I was going to be starting my business again today, what I would be doing from scratch to make sure that I did it right, to make sure the systems, the processes, everything was in place. And I'm even going to show you guys a little bit about how to use AI to get it done faster. Is that okay with you guys if I show you how to use AI to get some of these things I'm going to teach you today faster? Just put a yes in the chat if that's okay with you all. Just put a yes in the chat if that is okay. So the first thing I wish I would have done sooner, and one thing I coach a lot of our clients on, is creating standard operating procedures. Put a yes or a no in the chat if you know what a standard operating procedure is. Put a yes or a no in the chat if you know what a standard operating procedure is. Okay, see several yeses. Okay, quite a few yeses. I see a couple no's, and if you don't, it's totally fine. It's totally fine if you don't. So with standard operating procedures, one thing I wish I would have done sooner is I wish I would have set those up in a way so every single thing that I do in my business, I had it documented. That's what a standard operating procedure is for every task in your business, you have it documented in a way that if you died, if you if you left this earth tomorrow, somebody could take over that task and they could run with it without you ever needing to be involved. And for me, I didn't have that set up at the beginning. But before we ever get there, there's one important thing that a lot of people forget to even do. Number one is one thing I would do initially from the start is audit every task, everything I need to do in my business, everything I'm doing in my organization. You need to document that. And actually, but before you even do that, you need to identify what those are even, what those tasks are even, I can't even talk today, y'all. What task you're even doing. There we go. I said it right that time. So one thing I encourage all my clients to do, and I want you all to write this down. Write this down if you have a pen and paper. I need to do a time and energy audit. I need to do a time and energy audit. I want to know from you all, when was the last time that you audited what you did in your business? When was the last time that you audited where your energy went in your business? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. When was the last time you truly sat down and audited where your energy, your time was going? Because I would beg to say, look, yep, I knew it. Look, we already have our first person who was vulnerable and transparent with us. Kmar says never. I haven't. Jazz says last week. Kendra says never. Okay, so you guys are feeling me now. You guys are feeling me now. A lot of times we don't take time to slow down and actually say, okay, what am I doing in my business? So the first thing you need to do is do a time and energy audit. So this is your challenge. This is one thing I want to encourage you to do over the next maybe like day or two. Is I want you to go and grab your phone. Everybody have a phone here, right? Wave at me in the camera here in Zoom if you have a phone. Wave at me in the, okay, I think almost 100% of you all do. What I want to encourage you all to do is I want you to, this is going to be really weird. It's going to feel kind of funky doing it the first time. But I want you to have a pen and paper next to you while you're working. It doesn't matter if you work in a desk job, you work from home, if you're sales and you're in a car. I want you to find a way to keep a pen and paper next to you, a notebook. And what I want you to do is every 15 to 30 minutes, I want you to set a recurring alarm to remind you to write down every task you're doing that day. So let's say tomorrow, who we got in here? Nakia, did I say that right? Refresh me. Nakia, or we got Scorpio Rogers in here. Or Chris, who's watching on Facebook, or Daniel that's watching. Let's imagine that tomorrow you woke up and you were starting to work in your business. What I want you to do is get a pen and paper and then get on your phone. As soon as you start working, set an alarm or like some kind of reminder for every 30 minutes. And what I want you to do is every 30 minutes when that reminder goes off, I want you to pause for 60 to 90 seconds and just write down everything you just did in that last 30 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever range you say. And then what you're going to do is at the end of the day, if you do this for 1 or 2 days, you're going to see every single task that you just did in your business. I'm talking about everything. Emails you're checking, sales calls you're taking, you're going to see everything. For some of y'all, you may see what you're not doing in your business. You may be like, yo, I need to be doing some more. But we won't get into that conversation today. But you're going to start seeing like, hey, these are all the tasks that I'm doing. And so now what we can do is once we have that list, I like to do something called delegate versus automate. Everybody put delegate versus automate in the chat. I want to make sure we're listening. Edith, you with me? You with me, girl? All right, sweet. Mac, you good? So what I want you guys to do is delegate versus automate. Now, there's some things you're doing in your business right now that I want to be honest with you. It could be automated completely. It could be automated with AI. It could be automated with an app. It could be automated some way. Well, on the other end, there may be things you need to just delegate and pass off. What you need to be focusing on the most in your business is the money-making activities, the revenue-generating activities. You need to be spending your time, if at all possible, focusing on the things that's going to make you that bread, the things that's going to be making you that money. So by doing this time and energy audit, you can now, what I want to encourage you to do, step 2, is go through and say, hey, out of these tasks, can I work to automate this or delegate in the future? And if you don't feel like it's either, you feel like you're the only one that can do that right now, that's cool. But moving forward in the future, how can can this task be automated or delegated by something or someone else? And I want you to literally take that piece of paper that you just did your audit on, and I want you to mark next to it. Maybe automate, delegate, maybe A for automate. You just go through and do a whole list. And then now you have an action plan of how you can free up your time. Because maybe the reason why your business isn't growing is because you're holding on to everything. You're holding on to this. And listen, I need to improve this myself, right? But I've seen it. If you can learn to let go and focus on the higher level activities, you'll be able to scale a lot faster. Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? Let me know. I see the chat saying some people's having trouble hearing. Let me see. Sharon, can you hear me okay? Let me know. Okay, she gave me a thumbs up. Jazz, you can hear me okay? All right, cool. We good. So you're going to, number one, let's recap real quick. You're going to do time and energy audit. Number two, you're going to audit that list and say, hey, can I automate this or delegate it? All right. Now we're going to show you some automation tools in just a little bit to make your job easier. Okay. So we're actually going to give you some tools on how you can automate tasks. But then now guess what? Now you have all your tasks. Now you know which ones you need to delegate and automate. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to start with the ones that you're wanting to delegate one day. What I want you to do is I want to encourage you to create a standard operating procedure for each of those. Now, if you're here, because I know there was a lot of people that knew what a standard operating procedure was, but if you're here and you don't know what a standard operating procedure is, good news for you. I'll explain it. It's literally a document, like I said at the beginning, explaining how you do a task, how you operate and do, and how you work a process of a certain thing. So, for example, let's say that Elke is here. Elke is my customer support member, so if you need her, she's in the chat. But let's say Elke moderates Zooms every day. Elke needs to have a standard operating procedure of how she moderates Zoom. Hey, when you open up a Zoom, what settings do you make sure are on or off? Hey, when the Zoom is over, what do you do? So you need to have a step-by-step process for each task. And so for everything you marked as delegate, I want you to focus on those first, creating a document. It could be as simple as a Word document, a Google document, but somewhere where you can document exactly how to do that task. So real quick, can I go ahead and show you guys how I use AI to get this done faster? Can I show you the tools and the resources I use to document all the processes in my business faster? Okay. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to show you guys the first tool. Now I work on the computer a lot. Okay. So I'm going to give you two scenarios. The first scenario is for people that work on computers like me. Is there anybody that you work on your iPad, your computer? Put a 1 in the chat if you're on your computer all day long. You're usually like, yo, I just feel like I'm on this thing forever. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to share my screen, and y'all, my computer just froze up on me. So let me do something real quick. Boom. So I'm going to share my screen. The first app I like to use, some of you all already know what it is, but if you don't, I want you to go get a free account. It's called Loom.com. Loom.com. Let me show you guys what this looks like. Now, Loom is super easy to use. Super easy. You just download this app on your computer. Okay. You just download this app on your computer, and it will record your entire. It will record your entire screen. So you guys can see my screen, right? Put a yes in the chat if you could see my screen. I just want to make sure we're good here. So Loom.com is totally free. And what you can do is you can download it to your computer, and it can screen record everything you do. So what I like to do is Jazz. Sorry, I'm using Jazz because she's at the front of my screen here. So what's up, Queen? So Jazz, let's say Jazz is going and she sells products on Shopify, and she wants to create an SOP on how to list her products on Shopify. what I would do if I was Jazz is I would go and download Loom, and all you do is there's a little button on your computer after you download it. You just click it, and guess what? If I was Jazz, I would literally just speak and show people live how I add products to Shopify. Literally, this will probably add only like 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 minutes if you're a slow talker, but like 2 to 3 minutes onto your task. Like you just explaining it with your voice. That's what I want you to do. So I would go, for example, I would go to Shopify.com as I'm recording with my Loom, and I would say, okay, guys. And I'm literally going to walk my team or my future employee how to go into Shopify and create that listing. So I'd say, okay, guys, so I just opened up Shopify.com. The first thing you're going to do is click Login Now button. You're like, Michael, that detailed? Yes, that detailed. Because listen, just because you know how to do something does not mean somebody else knows how to do it, right? And not everybody's tech savvy for those of you out there online. So I would say the first thing you're gonna do is go to login. So I log in with my Gmail. So you're gonna log in by clicking this little Gmail button right here. And then it's gonna ask you, which email do you wanna use? And you're gonna select this email, right? And you just walk them through exactly, literally, how you go and you list products on Shopify, right? Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Now, the cool thing about Loom is that it actually gives you a transcription. It actually gives you a transcription. So what I like about it is now you have the video tutorial, right? You have the video tutorial. If you hire somebody in your business, we could say, okay, hey, here's the video tutorial you can go watch. All right. Like, hey, Elke says, I don't know how to create a Shopify store. Hey, watch this. If you watch and follow this every step, it's going to be good. But some people, they're not visual like that. Like some people, they just rather read it and they just go through the information fast. So guess what I do now, Jazz? Guess what I do now, Sharon? Aaliyah, Asia, guess what I do now? Loom gives me the transcription. So now what I can do is I can go into ChatGPT. You guys all have ChatGPT, right? Let me know in the chat. Everybody should have ChatGPT by now. And if you don't, literally go to ChatGPT.com. Go to ChatGPT.com. Lori says no. Oh, what are we doing? Okay. If you don't, Lori, I'm not saying you're the only one in here. There's probably others that don't. For those of you all that do, is it okay if I give like 30 seconds to show them what ChatGPT is? Do you give me permission? Just give me a thumbs up if you guys are cool with that. Okay, cool. So this is ChatGPT. It is artificial intelligence that is like your virtual assistant in a nutshell, right? Artificial intelligence that can help you complete tasks, answer questions. And so you need to go to chatgpt.com and at least get a free account, right? And so this is actually, I'll show you how I use it. So actually, let me share my screen real quick. Boom. Okay. Publish. There we go. So this is ChatGPT when you log in. So you're just going to go to chatgpt.com, sign up for a free account, and this is what it'll look like. So what I do is I go into Loom and I'll copy the transcription of that SOP I just recorded. That video tutorial I just made, I'll go in there, grab the entire transcription of me talking. The transcription, just for you guys that don't know, it's like the text version of your audio. So like Loom will take your voice and it'll put it in text mode, text words. So I'll just copy that. And then what I'll do is I'll go into ChatGPT and I'll say, I just recorded a video on how to do, and then I'll put in whatever I decided to do. How to make a Shopify store, how to conduct a sales call. Can you take this transcription and turn it into a detailed and organized SOP? That's a standard operating procedure. AI will know what you're talking about when you put that. That's how smart AI is. So I put, can you turn this into a detailed and organized SOP for my future employees? And then I would just literally paste my transcription. So I'm going to show you guys how easy this is and how fast. This is literally so fast, you all. So let me show you guys real quick. I'm going to actually open up my Loom and log in real quick to show you how I would do this live with you guys. And so I want to, while I'm pulling this up and while I'm logging in, so some of you are like, but Michael, my tasks are not on the computer. I actually have to physically do something Maybe you're here and you're like, Michael, I have to physically go into a restaurant and open it. Well, guess what? You can do this same exact thing. This does not exclude you. Is there anybody here that you don't use a computer? Just put a me in the chat if you're like, yo, I don't use a computer. I don't, like, my business is a little bit more hands-on where I can't screen record. If that's you, put a yes in the chat. If that is you, what I would recommend is there's an app called Otter.ai. Otter.ai. So team, put that in the chat. And with Otter, you can do voice notes and it'll transcribe your voice notes. So you can actually go in and as you're opening up your restaurant, let's say you owned a pizza joint, you can say, hey, today I'm gonna walk you through, and you can talk into the Otter app. Hey, today I'm gonna walk you through how to open up the restaurant. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna open up at 7 a.m. on the dot, and you're gonna go to the front door. We unlock the front door. The next thing we do, and I can literally walk, by the way, guys, I can walk as I'm doing this in real time. If you're opening up the store, you can just, talk while you're doing it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the open sign. Guess what? When I'm done with the open sign, I'm going to go and I'm going to pull all the chairs off the tables. And literally, so now everybody that says, oh, I can't allow somebody else to open up the restaurant because they don't know how to. Well, guess what? That is no longer an excuse. That is no longer an excuse. You can now sleep in and give that role to somebody else and let them open up the restaurant. So Otter.ai will transcribe it, and you can use the ChatGPT, what I'm about to show you right now. So this is boom. So this is my Loom. I'm going to show you guys real quick. So this is my Loom account. Let me load it up real quick. Where we at here? There we go. So this is my Loom account. So I'm just going to show you guys. So I can go in here and I can find any. Did he just log me out or no? There it is. Okay, so I can go in here and find any SOP I've recorded, like video tutorial. So here's one: how to create an event in addevent.com. So this is an app we use called addevent.com. We say, hey, how to create an event there. So now you see right here on the right side of your screen, there's a transcript button. Do you guys see that? You guys can click this transcript, and guess what? Now this is literally my voice right here. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to click this copy button. And now I'm going to go back to ChatGPT like I mentioned, and we're just going to paste it in there. That's how easy it is. We're just going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to paste it. So let me open that back up. Here is ChatGPT. And we're just going to put, I just recorded a video on how to create an event in addevent.com. Can you take this transcription? I'm going to paste it. And boom, there we go. So now it's going to automatically, AI, artificial intelligence, is automatically going to build me a step-by-step procedure that people can follow. So now people have the video of me doing it plus the text, right? Plus the text. Look at this. Log in, navigate to addevent.com. Click log in. Verify you land on the dashboard. On the left-hand menu, click create button. It's literally step-by-step. How long did this take me, y'all, to create this SOP in ChatGPT? How long did that take me? That took me like seconds. This is like seconds. So there's no excuses. There's no excuses, right? I literally, now what I can do is I can go and I copy and paste that. And I put it into a Google Doc, a Microsoft Word document. And guess what? Now, anytime you onboard somebody on your team, you have all these files. You can say, hey, these are the tasks you're going to be doing, and this is how you do them. Read this and watch these videos. So no more. Now, for those of you all that ever thought, hey, they just can't do tasks as good as me. Well, if you documented them this way, they probably could. They probably could, for sure. So is this helping anybody in the chat? Let me know if this is helping anybody. Just put a yes, no, maybe so. Okay, Shalita says yes. Teresa says yes. Lori says yes. Awesome. Karen says priceless. I love that. I love it. Cool. So what I would recommend you all do is you keep a hub of all your SOPs in one place. You're like, Michael, what are you talking about? So some of you guys may be familiar with Dropbox or Google Drive. What I would recommend you do is, regardless of which platform you choose, I honestly don't care. I use Google Drive because I just have a Google email. So Google Drive, I want you to make a folder in there with every single SOP. There was one business entrepreneur I was watching, a social media post he made. This guy's like a multi 7 and 8 figure business owner. And he said for himself, what he ended up doing is he spent 1 day a week. He said, every Saturday morning, I'm going to make one SOP. And he said, I did that for about 2 years. And he said, eventually I was able to pass the baton and step out of my business completely because I had documented literally every single thing I've ever done in my business. He said it took him a couple years because he did it slowly. Every Saturday morning, he would record 1 or 2 SOPs. But after 2 years, he had everything documented. He was finally able to step out of his business completely, and his business ran without him because he documented everything. Crazy, right? Crazy. So, but what he did was he said, I stored them all in one area, organized them, put them in a place where my team could access them anytime. They had a question, hey, refer the SOP folder. Hey, have a question, go here, go here. And it saved him so much time. Imagine how much time and energy it would be for you saved if you pass those on. So Dropbox charges a fee. So Google Drive is free for me because I guess I have a, what would you call it? I have a free or a Gmail account. But yeah, Dropbox, I think they used to have a free plan. I don't even know, but maybe they don't anymore. So if they don't, I apologize, y'all. You can use Google Drive. But Dropbox does have a basic free. I just looked. They have a basic option there. So you guys can join in there, no cost. So Karen, maybe if you scroll down, there's a basic plan for free. So let's take a pause for a second. Google is the way to go for me. Yeah, Kendra. And everybody has different preferences. So you can definitely go with whatever route you choose. So that's one thing talking about from the very beginning, hitting the main message. That's one thing I wish I would have done from the very beginning of my business was just document. Documentation is one of those things that we throw off, but it's so important. Now, somebody asked in the chat just a few minutes ago, they said, hey, how do I make sure that I keep these updated? Because software is always changing. The way I do things are always changing. Well, guess what? You need to be intentional. Anytime you notice things change, you need to go change that SOP ASAP. Re-record the video or just retype a little bit the document. So you have to build some intentional time about updating these. But it's one of those things, again, if you're intentional about it now, it'll save you time later, right? So that's just something that I would encourage you all to do is keep, and maybe even what I recommend you do in your documents is put the last date it was updated. So in your document that you have, put a little section in there. Hey, last updated by Jazz. Last updated by Sharon. So if you have 4 or 5 different team members working on the same task, you know who updated it last. And then put last updated date was January 2025, December 31st, whatever that date is. So you can always have that there. And I hope that helps you guys. So the second thing, so now that we kind of have our time and energy audit done, we did our time and energy audit. We have started creating SOPs. Now we have all those automate tasks, right? You're like, Michael, what? Like automate task? What's that? Well, now we have all these tasks where you could probably use a system, a software tool to get it done faster. Now you're like, Michael, but how do I know which tools and what softwares to automate with? Great question. The cool thing is we use AI first for everything. Ask ChatGPT. So what I would do if I were you, if you don't know how to automate something, what I would do is go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm going to give you a list of tasks that I do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. Give me AI tools or automation tools that can streamline this process so I don't have to do it as much as I am. You literally tell ChatGPT that, and you take a picture. You can literally take a picture, y'all, with ChatGPT of your task that you wrote down, or maybe you just type it in. Hey, these are the tasks I'm doing. And then you hit enter. ChatGPT will sit down and help you strategize which tools, what softwares, what AI can help you streamline so you don't have to do that anymore. All right. So don't forget to use AI to speed things up. But I want to give you a few tools I love to use whenever it comes to automation. Okay. So is it cool if I start just listing off some? You guys write these down, like automation, AI. I'm going to kind of give you all some that really help me in my business. The first one, this is really techie. Okay. So listen, you may have to hire some people for this one, but it's save me. Now you can actually, there's some intro courses and some YouTube videos you can watch to use it. But one of my favorites that we use all of the time is Zapier.com. Zapier. Zapier. I don't know how you say it. I just say Zapier. It's probably Zapier. But it's literally one of the best tools I've ever used. So with Zapier, what you can do is you can connect multiple apps, multiple websites together. All right. You're like, Michael, what do you mean connect them together? So let's say that, for example, let's say Jazz in here is going to go on a sprint and go create as many SOPs as possible. Let's say she's going to go out there and like run the play. She can actually set up a Zap that anytime a file is added into a Google Drive, she could actually set up a Zap to notify her team via email. She could set up, they call them Zaps. They're like these little tasks. You could set up a task to, I'm just making all kinds of stuff up. You can actually have ChatGPT summarize it if you wanted a summary for whatever reason. I'm just making up ideas, right? But she could literally say, okay, hey, these are things I want to do after I upload these things into the Google Drive or into the Dropbox. I want to send a text to my team. I want to send a Slack message to our team. Like, you can automate all those things. One of the ways that we used it when we first started our agency was like we used to have people registering for our webinars and our conferences, and we were having teams manually register people. Like, people would go into our website and they would sign up for our class, and we would have them like manually enter them into our email system, manually enter them into our text system so we could text them. But like Zapier, now you just connect the two. You connect your website to ActiveCampaign or Constant Contact where you're emailing people. Like, you can automate that. So Zapier, yes, Jonathan, you're right. Triggers. When this happens, then do this. So yeah, go into Zapier. I think they even have some free trainings, themselves on how you can use Zapier to actually streamline some stuff. So go in there. There's all kinds of YouTube videos, tutorials. Jonathan seems like he's a pro, so maybe reach out to Jonathan, who's in the chat here. But yeah, so I actually see there's actually some documentation blogs, some courses on Zapier.com where you can actually learn a little bit more about how to use it. So that's one of my favorite tools, okay? Now, there's other tools that we use that are very specific, all right? Like, very specific to certain tasks. One of my favorite tools for automating like to-dos, meeting recaps, and things of that nature is Fathom.ai. Fathom. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fathom or not, but Fathom has been phenomenal for us. Actually, let me see. I actually have a PDF for you guys of some of the AI tools I use. Let me see if I can find it. Top AI. Let me see if I can find this, y'all. Okay, cool. This is not all the AI tools we use, but I just dropped this in the Zoom chat. You guys, for those of you all that are watching in Zoom, you guys can go ahead and you can download those AI tools. I just dropped it. It's a free PDF for you. But Fathom.ai is something that we use to summarize meetings we're on Zoom. So like this Zoom right now, I can take my Fathom. Fathom is the app, and I can actually have it list a summary of everything I talked about. And guess what? I can take it to ChatGPT and take the transcription that Fathom gives me and I can go create ebooks, guides, meeting summaries. I can do all sorts of things. So there it is. I just dropped it in the chat. If you guys look there, it's Top AI Tools PDF. Fathom is one of them that we use a lot. Okay. Now, that helps our team. For those of you that have online businesses, that helps our team not have to go and sit through hours and hours of meetings to create to-dos. Fathom will automatically create that for you. So there's other tools. I see some people asking about websites. We actually have some that we use right now. So I'll show you those in just a little bit. Now, automating sales. Does anybody in here want to automate sales? You're like, yo, I'm just tired of qualifying people. I'm tired of trying to get people to book a call. One of my favorites is Closebot.ai. Closebot.ai. So Closebot is a great one. Some of you all have heard me talk about that before, but Closebot.ai is one of the best AI sales builders out there. It literally, you can literally build an AI sales team in minutes. All right. In minutes, you can build an AI sales team. Now you're like, Michael, what do you mean AI sales team? So there's some of you all in here, you've been spending time when a lead comes in. So let's say you're an insurance agent. There's maybe you're spending time collecting people's VIN number on their car. You're getting their vehicle color. You're getting their vehicle model. Well, did you know you can build out an AI agent that collects that information for you? Did you know you can have an AI agent that gets that information and stores that information for you? You all? It's crazy. Let's say that you're here and you have people coming in and you want to ask them about their income, about their credit, see if they're super interested in your product, your program. You can build an AI agent to go out there and an AI agent to ask those questions for you. So you don't have to. That's Closebot.ai. Closebot. I'll put that in the chat. .ai. Now, Closebot can be a little bit I'm not going to say complicated because you can build it out within minutes. But there's other tools you can do it a little bit more simple as well. For some of our members that are in here, you guys may be members of LeadStacker. I don't know if you guys are members of LeadStacker or not, but we actually have an Go High Level. Some of you guys are familiar with Go High Level, right? I think you guys have. Some of you guys are familiar with that platform. So we actually white labeled Go High Level. We've made it our own. We have our own funnel templates in there, our own automations. But if you guys use that platform, you can actually build AI agents in there as well. So actually, let me show you guys what that looks like. So you guys, and this is a little bit more simple because it kind of Closebot, let me just explain it this way. Closebot is an external third-party app that integrates with LeadStacker and Go High Level, where you could do the AI building inside of LeadStacker if you wanted to. You can build AI agents inside of these platforms. So this is our LeadStacker platform. I'll show you guys. You can actually go in here and let me show my screen. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So you guys can actually go in here and you can build AI agents inside of these platforms. The cool thing about using LeadStacker is that you guys can actually do more than just AI agents. You can build funnels, you can build websites, you can build automations and workflows so that when somebody signs up on your website, you can send them an email or a text. You can do that all in here. So I'm just going to show you. So here inside of LeadStacker, you can go to AI agents. And y'all, with AI, it's crazy now. You can build an AI agent that calls people, AI that calls people and talks to people. Bonkers, y'all. If you would have told somebody 20, 30 years ago that there was going to be robots calling other people, fake humans calling other people, conversing, selling, convincing, persuading, they'd probably said we were crazy 30 years ago. But now you can. So you can build your first voice AI agent. We actually have a conversation AI agent where you can actually build bots that sell and talk to people via text, via email, via Facebook or Instagram. So you can go in here and literally create it as well. So what I'll do is, team, I believe we have a free trial of Lead Stacker if you guys want to join that. Let me see if team refresh me if we have that link. You could drop any of the links we have. But yeah, so if you guys want, so which one is that? So I was on Lead Stacker there. So you guys can actually get a 14 day free trial there at that link below if you want to build AI agents. I'm just gonna pause just for a second and talk about Lead Stacker for a minute. It is our platform, so I do have to hype it up a little bit, get excited about it. But you can, for some of you all, you're paying for funnels, you're paying for emails, you're paying for SMS, and you're paying for is there anybody in here you're paying for 5 different platforms, 6 different platforms, and you're spending way too much money? Denise says, me. You feel like you're spending listen, y'all, I used to spend $1,000 a month on software. I still do because we have a massive team, but it was thousands of dollars. So with Lead Stacker, you guys can actually get rid of Calendly, get rid of any website builder. You can get rid of your email platform, and you can actually have it all in one place. It's all in one solution. So if I was just to show you guys real quick how this looks, you can actually go in and you can collect payments and create invoices. In here, you can build websites and funnels. And we actually, if you sign up for a free trial, we actually have all of our webinar and virtual event templates. So ebook templates, lead magnet template, webinar funnel templates, all in here. You can host your courses in here. So if some of you all are paying for Thinkific or all these other platforms, you can actually host your courses in here. So it's an all-in-one solution. You can build automations and workflows. I'm not even going to get into everything because we'd be here all day, but it's literally bonkers. So this is what I want to do, something special for you guys. If you sign up for a free 14-day trial, what I'll do is I'm going to give you guys, I have a course on how to hire your first virtual assistant. It's about 30 videos, maybe ish, 20 to 30 videos on how to hire your first virtual assistant. What I'm going to do for you all, if you go ahead and sign up for a 14-day free trial of Lead Stacker, I'm going to send you that course, no additional cost, for free. Elke, make a note on that. Elke, make a note that I send that to everybody, please. So if you sign up for a free trial today, we'll go ahead and send you that free course as a bonus. You can cancel anytime, so there's no contracts. If you don't like it after the 14 days, you can exit out. Most people stay because it's bonkers, but you guys can hop in and use that. So can you create a virtual assistant with Lead Stacker? So you can create AI agents. So that's kind of like a virtual assistant that sells for you, that answers questions. So you can build customer support bots inside of T. So inside of there, you can build a customer support agent that asks or answers people's questions. So if somebody lands on your website and they say, hey, I have a question about, your service, your product, you can have the AI have conversation to answer those questions. So yes, it can. But we actually hire virtual assistants overseas. We hire from the Philippines. We hire a lot of different places, and we have a course that we'll send to you that shows you exactly how to hire virtual assistants if you sign up for a free trial. Blake, who is one of our clients, Blake just sent us a message the other day and said, hey, I just went through your course and I hired my first few virtual assistants with what you taught me. And he said this would have cost me thousands of dollars to do by another agency, but I just did it myself with your help. So it was really cool to see Blake was executing on that. So let me see. Is that better and easier than High Level? It's pretty much Storm. They're pretty much the same platform, but what we've done is embedded a lot of our automations and our funnels inside of it. So the cool thing is, if you go with Lead Stacker, you get to use a lot of the stuff we have pre-built. So for example, some of you all may have been on a past event where we did the Launch Your List Challenge. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. The Launch Your List Challenge, and we showed people how to build a lead magnet funnel from scratch. That template, that automation, everything is in there when you sign up. So yeah, but I'm not going to sit here all day and talk about it and sell it, because it's just a crazy no-brainer platform that you all can use if you guys choose to do so. Teresa, you can email our team. We got you in the chat for sure. Nikia says, I already have Lead Stacker. Let's go, Nikia. Let's go, fam. We actually, just so you guys know, We actually have weekly calls on Wednesdays as well. So if you're like, yo, I've tried using a platform like this in the past, they're just confusing. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for our active members of LeadStacker, we have a coaching call where you can come in and ask me questions on how to use the platform, or you can ask me any marketing and sales. Because I've been in marketing and sales for like 8 years now in the digital world, so I can answer any questions. I'll try to answer any questions you have around marketing and sales every Wednesday just for our LeadStacker members at 2 p.m. And then also we talk about how to use the platform. So last week we had some members come in. They're like, hey, I've been trying to build this workflow, but I just don't know how to do it. And so we actually walk them through live how to do it so they didn't have a bottleneck in their business. So awesome. So there's the link there. After you get your trial, just let me know. Nakia, jump in with us, Queen. Nakia, just go to your dashboard. I'll show you real quick. And y'all, I'm going to go to the next thing. I promise after this, I will go to the next thing. I just want to show you guys. But Nakia, if you go here to welcome to LeadStacker, every Tuesday, if you scroll down here to the bottom, we have our Zoom calls. You just click this button and it'll take you Wednesdays at 2 p.m. into Zoom with us. So we have a private community as well. We even have a 5-day challenge you can go through on how to set up your account. Really cool. We try to help you guys maximize this as much as possible. So long list of items. So this all started with Closebot. So we use Zapier to automate business tasks together, right? And then we also use Closebot or LeadStacker if we want to create AI agents. Closebot, you can get a little bit more granular, a little bit more detailed. But if you're wanting something fast, we use LeadStacker. Okay. Now, some other tools we use to automate. I did see a few people in the chat ask about websites. If I'm wanting a website like fast, like ASAP, there's several that I've used. I've used Bolt.new, I think it's called, Bolt. Bolt is a great one, so write that one down. If you have a little bit more time, we've used Lovable. Lovable is an AI app and website building platform. I like Bolt myself. It seems a little bit easier for me to use on that side of things, but Bolt is really cool, which I'm a little bit more tech savvy than most. But then even Canva, you can build websites, y'all. Did you know Canva has AI website building now, which is so phenomenal, so phenomenal. So that's just to answer the question in the chat. Somebody was asking, how can I use AI to build out some websites fast? So Bolt, Lovable, Canva, and there's more. There's other platforms out there. I see them all the time, but those are platforms that you can use to get your website up fast. All right. Whew, I need to take a breather for a second. How we feeling, guys? How we feeling? We got about 10 more minutes, and then I have to wrap. But how are we feeling? Douglas says, can it build out a wholesale business? When you say can it, what do you mean, Douglas? Let me know in the chat. Which platform are you talking about? What are you referencing in general? Kendra says, breathe. Let's go. I'm trying to cram as much as I can in just a short amount of time for you guys. Feeling great. Glad to have made the meeting. Blake, glad to have you here. Sensational Storm says, let's go. Let's go. Great info. Okay, so Douglas says LeadStacker. So yes, LeadStacker can build, or you can build your business in LeadStacker. So actually, Douglas, we have a lot of wholesalers that they build automations in there and build AI agents in there for their real estate business. So if you're like, how would they do that? Well, you can go in there and build an AI agent that you can stick on your website. And so let's say you have a website where you want to get people that are interested in selling their home, their contact information. You can have an AI agent that talks back and forth to the homeowner that says, hey, like, how fast are you wanting to sell? Hey, what's the address? What price point? And then what you can do is you can build automations off of that AI agent. You're like, Michael, what do you mean? You can build automations that maybe when a form is completed by the AI agent, when that info is collected, guess what? We put them in an email sequence. We put them in a text sequence. You get a notification on your phone when a new lead comes in. Like, there's so many different ways you could do that. You can have pipelines, so you organize who the leads are, who you've made, who you've sent contracts to, who you've made offers to, so there's definitely a deeper way. Denise says, with Lead Stacker, are there limits on SMS and emailing, or do you just pay more as you go? So it's a one price after, so you don't pay more for more contacts. So you can literally, now you do pay for the credits, okay, Denise? So you'll pay for the credits, but you don't pay like a higher tier for more contacts or anything like that. Yes, Douglas, you can build a CRM in there, correct. Awesome. So let me see. There was one other thing I was going to do, y'all. My brain is everywhere real quick. These are great questions, by the way. Great questions. Let's go, Denise. Let's get you in there. What was I going to say? There was another tool I was going to give you guys. Oh, man. All right. Anyways, let's just keep rocking. So the automation part will be done by many, many different apps. Okay. Now you're like, Michael, I don't know much about tech. I don't know how to set up all of these things. One tool I recommend and one platform I recommend for a lot of people is, if you don't know how to build out a lot of these automations, go to Fiverr.com, y'all. You can find for literally sometimes $5, $10, $15, $20, you can find people that will do the automations for you. Fiverr.com. It's 5 with 2 R's at the end. Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com. Deontay says, I need a good funnel design. Deontay, hit up our team. We actually have a team that does funnel design full time. We have a full-time funnel builder that can maybe do that for you for an additional fee if you're interested. But so we go to Fiverr.com. If you're like, hey, I want to automate these tasks, maybe go to Fiverr and have somebody do an audit and see if they can do that for you. You may be able to pay somebody 20, 30, 40 bucks to automate tasks that you didn't even know was automated before. Or if you get Lead Stacker, come with us on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. and I can tell you live. If you go and do an audit of your task, you come Wednesdays at 2 p.m. I can tell you how to automate some things or which apps to use, right? Because every business is going to be different. So you come to the Lead Stacker calls, I can show you how Lead Stacker can automate things, or what other outside apps can do that for you. So Fiverr is something I use all the time. Now there's other platforms like Upwork that you can use as well. So Upwork could be a great platform for you guys. If you have tried Fiverr in the past, you didn't like it, but Upwork is a little bit more, pricey sometimes, but sometimes a little bit more qualified people on Upwork.com. So there's actually, let me see. Lastly, even though if you're not tech savvy, can you use this honestly? So Douglas, yes, with Lead Stacker, you don't have to be tech savvy. Now, if you're like not tech savvy at all, like you know nothing about tech, it may be a little bit more complex for you. But listen, show up to our weekly coaching calls and you tell us what you want to achieve, and we're on there for an hour, sometimes to hour and a half. And these aren't big calls, by the way. Normally there's 20, 30 people on there, maybe sometimes less. So Douglas, if you're like struggling with something, we actually can walk you through and do it with you live, right? And so we can actually show you how to do it. But anyway, so what I want to know is, we're going to open up and let you guys have 5 minutes for any questions that you guys have about marketing, sales, systems, processes. You can use the hand raise feature, or you can go ahead and use the chat. I see Coach Hightower is here in the room with us. So I'm actually going to pull him up real quick. Hey, Coach, how's it going? What is your question? And what can I help you with? Oh, let's get you unmuted. There you go.
Hey there, what's up, Michael? A great job on the master class that you given us. I'm also part of Dr. Frazier's accelerator course, and I'd like to know, moving forward, is this one of the courses that would be offered, or is this just a bonus that's offered to us moving forward?
Yeah, so this was just a bonus for you guys. So this
Okay.
was just something that we were just doing as a for Dr. Frazier. He said, "Hey, how can we over deliver for our accelerator students?" I said, "Hey, I do these about once a month, these bonus calls." I said, "Let's just get them in here and they can have some fun, learn about systems and processes." So if you're in Lead Stacker, we got those weekly calls, but I'll try to keep you in the loop though. We do these about once a month, so you guys can tap in. We do these free classes where we teach on marketing, sales, systems, and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Let's go ahead and Rose, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up as well. So thank you so much. Rose, what's your question, team? If you can unmute her, I will spotlight her myself. Oh, I don't think we can hear you. Hey team, can you hear her? I can't. Let me know in the chat if you can hear her. Okay, no. Sharon says she can't hear. Sharon, I love Sharon. She's been giving me yes, no, maybe so all day. Okay, so maybe it's connected to your phone audio and it's not working, or your car audio. Okay. So while you're working on that and seeing if you can get that fixed, so Douglas is asking how much is the weekly coaching? It's free if you're a Lead Stacker member. So Douglas, if you're a Lead Stacker member, every single week we host a complimentary call. As long as you're an active member and you have a paying subscription with us, we do a free call every week for you. So that's no additional cost. So Rose, let's see. Let's try speaking now and see if that works. I don't think we can hear you. Okay, now let's try it. I just unmuted you. There we go. Try now. No, we still can't hear you. So Rose, maybe hop out of Zoom and hop back in, and we may be able to see if that resets it, okay? So let's see if that works. All right. All right, Deontay, go ahead and email us, and we can set up maybe even a time to talk. I see your message in the chat. What other questions, y'all? We have time for about one or two more questions. Rose says, my car is off. Where is the community located at? Is it on the school app? So Lead Stacker is its own like website. So like we have a community for Facebook though. If you're a Lead Stacker member, we have a Facebook group. Deontay, you can email info@leadstacker.io. I just put in the chat, info@leadstacker.io. All right, anybody else have any questions about what we covered today? It could be around Loom, it could be ChatGPT, it could be anything. Go ahead and let me know in the chat, or you can go ahead and you can throw it your hand up and we can go ahead and do that. Awesome. Denise said just join. Let's go. I missed the Loom part. So Douglas, this is actually going to be recorded. So this is actually going to be on my YouTube. So Douglas, if you just reply to the text you got saying you want it, you can actually let me drop my YouTube on here. You guys can actually just go on my YouTube and go to the live section, and I'm going to keep this up for a little bit for the public, right? This isn't going to be available up forever for you guys. So just go to this link and go subscribe, you all. Go subscribe, and then the replay will be on my YouTube. There we go. I just dropped the link in the chat. Jones, it's 97 after. There we go. So I just dropped the YouTube channel in the chat. If you guys want to subscribe, we do a podcast occasionally on there. Plus, we do some other cool videos, lives on there occasionally. But Lori, what is your question? I just unmuted you, and we'll let that be the last question of the day from the hand raises.
Hi, so I need to build a website and I have no idea how to do it. So I see that you said that you can build a website from Lead Stacker. Do I need to go, is it the whole, like, can I buy my domain name from Lead Stacker, or do I have to go to GoDaddy, or like how much can Lead Stacker actually do?
Yeah, great question. You can actually buy your domain there. So you just go to the settings. I'll actually show you guys how to do that live so you can see it. But yeah, you can actually buy your domain, everything inside of here. So for example, if you just go down here to the settings, there's a section in here where it says domains, and you just click here and you can go type in whatever domain you want. You can purchase a domain, and or if you have a domain in an existing platform, you want to transfer it over, you can do that too. But you can purchase a domain in here. You can host your website in here. So literally everything you need, for sure.
Okay, right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here in the room with us. All right, y'all. Miss Venson, she's waving at me in the camera. I said last one already, but I'll pull you up here since you've been so tapped in with us. All right,
Thank you so much. Sorry.
No, you're cool. What's your question?
I have literally been in Lead Stacker for I'm out of my free trial, so I'm actually trying to build my funnel, my application funnel, and it is proven to be very interesting. I am watching your videos within the Business in a Box, and you're doing it on Lead Stacker,
Okay.
and not no, you're doing it on High Level, not Lead Stacker. So
Right.
it's kind
In
of
that tutorial video, it's a different look. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Know the
So
difference of what you're saying in there.
so you said you do have a Lead Stacker membership though?
Correct.
Are you free tomorrow at 2?
Yes.
Can we build out your application funnel together?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to get a text. Elkie, make sure we get her, like, text her the link now so she has it and doesn't forget it. But show up tomorrow, and I promise you we'll build your application funnel together with you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, just that'll help us out. And plus, the community can learn as well. So that'd be super helpful.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Awesome. So Elkie will make sure to text you that link. So with that being said, you all, I appreciate you guys for being in here for this bonus masterclass on how to use business systems and processes to kind of just make life easier and better. Listen, go tap in wherever you can, whether it's YouTube, Lead Stacker, whatever it is. If you're here, and I know some of you all are from Dr. Frazier's community, you will be receiving a portal where you can watch this. Okay, so Dr. Frazier's community is a little special. Okay, so you guys are gonna get this in your in a portal. Okay, so Elkie's gonna do that tonight and send you all access. If you're here and you're from my community and you're like, yo, where can I watch this at? The replay, go to YouTube. It'll be there for a limited time, for probably like 3 or 4 days. Dr. Frazier's family, you guys will have it for, as of right now, ongoing forever. So just kind of watch it sooner than later, though, just in case something happens. But yeah, for Dr. Frazier's family, you guys will have that for a while. So with that being said, you all, thank you for being here on a Tuesday afternoon. Hope this gave you some new ideas, some new perspectives, and I hope it got you thinking about how to do business differently. So thanks for everything. We'll see you guys on the next call. And if you have any questions or need anything, just email us, let us know, text us back, and we can help you guys. So have a great day. God bless you guys. Peace out.